Statesville, you know the place to go. Drum Landscape Supply, where your gardens grow. From Mooresville to Cornelia, Secret to Taylorsville, they bring the dream to life, they always will. In every town, they got your back. From Moxville to Trumpet's more than that. Experience hands, make your dream complete. Drum Landscape Supply, your garden suite.
Good morning, LKN. 7:48. Happy Tuesday to you. You know, that extra second of the day, maybe you want to spend it sitting out on the back porch looking over a nice lawn and garden. That's what Jason Drum does each and every day. And I'm excited about my front lawn right now. The grass is already growing, Jason. The premium turf blend I got 2-inch peach fuzz already out in the front yard, and I'm absolutely loving it.
Same at our house, yeah. Awesome. Rob went out there and pointed, and I was like, oh, it's growing. It's doing what it's supposed to do, so we're very excited.
Yeah, and that was just, a little bit over a week now since y'all put that out?
Yeah,
was it
almost exactly
weekend
a week
before last?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, and I did fertilizer this past Saturday. So I'm looking for the deep green next. You know, I like it glowing in the front yard. That's what I go for in mine. So, but you've got over 1.7 trillion options for people there at Drum Landscape Supply, and quite a bit of quality. How you feeling? I mean, you must be in prime mode right now. Super excited about where we're at in the year.
Yeah, this is my favorite season, personally and at work, because this is just, the best time for landscaping. You've got the best time to sow grass. I heard from some other folks that said their seeds started germinating about 5 or 6 days, which, I don't advertise it that soon, but that's great. I mean, that just tells you that the soil temperature is perfect. The air temperature is great. We could get a little bit more rainfall. That'd be great too, but that'll be coming. I mean, it usually does once we get towards the end of October into November. But yeah, and then tomorrow we have a full tractor trailer load of plants, mostly conifers coming from Oregon. So somewhere probably across Tennessee right now, but we'll be unloading that tomorrow, and there'll be all kinds of awesome things out there at Drum Landscape Supply.
A busy time to be buying landscaping materials and stuff for your nurseries, but you need a team that can help you and explain things. Drum Landscape Supply, your local one-stop landscape shop. Jason and his team are located in Statesville. They deliver to all of Lake Norman. Jason, if someone just came by Drum Landscape Supply, can they chat with somebody on your team with like that level of knowledge, that same level of experience that helps them, even if it's not you standing there?
Yeah, certainly so. And that's how I've tried to build our team is folks that are not only knowledgeable about the landscaping, but also easy to talk to and an experience that everybody should enjoy. So, I've tried to instill my knowledge in all the employees there, and they already had some coming in for sure. But then we always are there for each other. So if for some reason we have a question that one of our employees can't answer, we can reach out to somebody else there. So, this time of year we have usually about 4 to 6 or 7 people out there each day that can help you. Just come up. If you've never been there before, the best thing to do is if you're just coming to take a look, just park in our upper parking lot, which is the paved asphalt lot. And then come around to the main building where it says checkout. And then there's 2 windows there. And you can help somebody there or see somebody in the nursery. We'll be glad to help you out.
And so you get that quality of service if you're somebody who knows absolutely nothing. But what about if you're the contractor, Jason? What do you think separates Drum Landscape Supply from a lot of the other places as far as for the contractors that come through? Because I know you got a lot of relationships with contractors, too. I see some big trucks come through your nursery when I've been there.
Yeah, I think really what has gotten us into being a favorite for the contractors is having the supplies they need, when they need them. We try to have a big inventory. We're in the trillions of items, like you're saying right now. but yeah, just having that stuff ready. Having the pallets of grass seed if they happen to need that, the pallets of fertilizer, to where they can come in, check in at the office, and then get loaded and get on their way pretty quickly. We have a pretty good system. We've been working on it now for 14 plus years. So, if you're a contractor and you're short on time, because I know all contractors tend to always be, we're here to help you get in, get what you need, get the knowledge that you need if you have some questions on things or how to properly apply a product, and then get you out the door. So, but then at the same time for the homeowners, we're there to answer questions as long as you need us to be. I never rush anybody in or out of there. I prefer for people to come and really take a look and kind of soak it all in, and then just ask us, hey, how can I make this a part of my landscape?
You've been doing this 14 years, Jason, and even longer than that. It's how long Drum Landscape Supply has been around. How, and I'm not going to say, you're getting old. I'm not going to say that about you're not at all. But how big of a stone? Because you guys got a lot of stone work too. Like before you decide, hey, I'm gonna go get the forklift or the wheel loader before I try to pick this thing up. Like what's about the size you think these days?
Yeah, we on our job applications we say, can you lift up to 80 pounds, which is about the weight of a retaining wall block. But yeah, we have that machinery there to use. I've always taught work smarter, not harder. So that's why we have those machines there that, they're not cheap to maintain. They're not cheap to own. But they're there to increase efficiency, and to keep everybody safe. That's a big priority there is always safety. Looking out for everybody because we have, tractors that weigh 15,000, 18,000 pounds, and a lot of cars in and out of there. So, we've developed a system to where we have basically two big loops to come in there. We have the upper parking lot. And so we want to make sure that everybody not only gets served and gets what they need in an efficient manner, but also to be safe. And we've worked on that throughout these years. It's not been easy. It didn't happen, the first year. But I think we've pretty much gotten the sales yard for a landscape supply perfected.
Right now, I'm trying to perfect the lawn. And I'm putting out the seed. How long's the window, though, right? Because maybe someone hasn't done it yet, right, Jason? Yeah. So how long do they have that they can still, aerate, put seed out, fertilize lime, that whole shebang here in the fall to be ready for spring?
Sure. So I can confidently say that we have another solid month to 6 weeks, really. November 15th is the cutoff date that I like to use. Now we've gotten a little bit warmer falls than we used to. We're going to be up to about 80 degrees today, and I think 80 of them the next couple of days. So what that'll do with the sun is that'll warm that soil. And really, it's the soil temperature that is the main driver for the seed germination. And you can actually take a thermometer and put it in the soil to see where it's at. But when the soil is between 55 and 70 degrees, that is the ideal temperature for seed germination. So that usually lasts until about Thanksgiving. But if you can, try to get it on there, by the middle of November. And what will happen is it will germinate. It might take about 10 days, up to 14 days if you get into the end of November. But it'll only grow about an inch or two tall throughout the entire winter. But you can rest assured that it's growing below the ground during that time. And that's what really sets apart fall seeding from spring seeding is that root growth throughout the winter. Whereas in the spring, it'll come up really quick and pretty, but most of that growth is concentrated above ground. And that above ground growth isn't going to get you through the middle of the summer or a drought in August. So seeding in the fall is the best time. You still got a solid 5 weekends to do it.
You got 5 weekends to get out there,
That's
lay
right.
it out there. But what about the fertilizer and the lime too? It's not just the seed, Jason. Can you keep that the same time schedule too? Or can I, just because it's Christmas, decide to step outside and throw a little extra fertilizer out there?
Yeah, so we recommend 4 applications of fertilizer in the year. Right now, we're in that window of the first application with the seed, which will be the starter fertilizer. If you haven't been putting out a lot of fertilizer throughout the years in your lawn, then we recommend the 18-24-12 because it's got the 24 is the middle number, which is phosphorus. That's the most important for root growth. If you've been putting fertilizer on your lawn for years and years, that phosphorus is probably in the ground. Doing a soil test will really help you know that. But we do have a reduced phosphorus fertilizer, an 18-12-2, that works well for that. But as far as timing goes, there will be a second application that we recommend, and that really helps the root growth. And the grass plants will store the nitrogen part, which is the first number of fertilizer. They will store it in the crown of the plant. So that way, whenever the warm weather comes or the first signs of spring come, it's ready to grow. So fertilize now, and then you want to space them at least 6 weeks apart. So if you were to seed right now and fertilize, I would recommend then putting your second application of fertilizer out about Thanksgiving to the first week of December.
All right, so there's the schedule for you. You can have all of those things put together. So in the springtime, right, each year and throughout the whole year, you've got a healthy and vibrant lawn, and that's thanks to Jason Drum and the team at Drum Landscape Supply. What about the shrubs and the trees? Can you do that? Does that the rule of drum of Thanksgiving as well for those? Can we stick to that for them?
Yeah, so in our area, we've been getting warmer and warmer. You can confidently plant up until Christmas with almost everything, and then all your deciduous trees, so your maples, oaks, elms, things of that nature, certainly can plant throughout the winter. There's really no issue at all with planting trees and most shrubs in the dead of winter in our area, at least. Now, the roots of the plants are going to grow just like the grass does until that soil temperature gets into the middle 30s, which takes quite a while. Usually not until January until we get that. So those plants, trees, grass, everything's going to be growing roots until we get to that cold temperature. And then once we finally do get to that colder soil temperature, it starts to warm right back up in February. So there are a few shrubs and a few perennials we recommend not to plant in the fall, but we will certainly tell you those. And we don't really stock a lot of those this time of year because even though they're really pretty plants like gardenias and loropetalum, they're best planted in the spring, but 98% of everything else is best planted in the fall.
Jason Drum, Drum Landscape Supply, your local one-stop landscape shop, drumlandscapesupply.com. When you go to Statesville, you check out the beautiful nursery, the over 1.8 trillion offerings that Jason has for you. Be sure to ask them about delivery because they deliver to all of Lake Norman. Jason, thank you so much. Look forward to chatting on Friday, sir.
All right, sounds great. Hope everybody has a great week.
Drive on down to Drum, Statesville town. Got your truck bed empty, but fill it up now. Rock, smokes, and soul for your dream spot.